My disease papers over cytomegalovirus. Human cytomegalovirus, or CMV, is a common virus with few consequences in most individuals. Up to 60% of the adult population has been exposed to this virus, and less than 1%, about 0.3% of neonates, are born infected. While most individuals experience few symptoms, those who are immunocompromised and a small percentage of newborns demonstrate serious symptoms. Treatments for this virus do exist. However, they are limited to the most serious cases. The following discussion provides an overview of CMV, including a discussion of its genome, virion, methods of infecting hosts, signs and symptoms, treatments, and a unique characteristics as aid in evading host immune responses. First, cytomegalovirus is a type of herpes virus that consists of a DNA gem, a nucleocapsid, and an envelope. The virus is about 230 nanometers in diameter. The nucleocapsid, which houses the genome, is surrounded by a tegument layer and an envelope. The genome is double-stranded and consists of about 253 kilobase pairs, which classifies it as a large virus. The capsid is comprised of 4 different types of proteins that are arranged into a spherical, multi-sided shape. The tegument that surrounds the capsid contains 7 different types of proteins and about 50 nanometers thick. The envelope contains 10 different types of proteins and is about 1/5 the thickness of the tegument. A portal exists in the capsid that enables the viral DNA to leave the virion and infect a host cell. Disease mechanisms of CMV virus or CMV infections. Cytomegalovirus may infect a human host in a variety of ways, depending in part on the age of the individual. In general, regardless of age, the virus may be spread in saliva. Young children contract it from one another, and as well as adolescents, as well as adults. Adults may also contact it through semen, and it can be contracted through blood transfusions. Fetuses and newborns may also be at risk for infection with CMV if the mother was already infected. About 1 in 3 mothers who become infected with the virus are able to pass it on to their unborn child in utero through the placenta. The baby is born As the baby is born, it passes through the birth canal, and the virus can be transmitted through vaginal secretions. Regardless of the age of the individual who becomes infected, the virus operates in a similar manner once inside the host. The virus infects mononuclear cells, which are important components of the immune system. This category of cells includes T lymphocytes and B cells, the latter of which is involved in antibody production. The virus can remain latent in these cells or once inside macrophages can replicate. The virus also infects epithelial cells in the salivary glands, kidneys, and respiratory tract. As replication occurs, the virus spreads to other cells. The cells adopt a swollen appearance. Signs and symptoms associated with CMV infection depend in part on the health status of the individual. In healthy individuals, the infection is typically asymptomatic. Individuals who do experience symptoms may have sore throat, fever, chills, and achiness. The individual may also experience swollen lymph nodes and also an enlarged spleen. In addition, as well as, as with individuals with different health statuses, the virus can become latent, remaining dormant in an infected cell until reactivated due to conditions as compromised immune systems, inflammation, or sepsis. Sepsis referring to an systemic infection that places the individual at risk for organ failure. On the other hand, individuals lacking healthy immune systems may experience more severe outcomes associated with CMV infections. Patients may be treated for CMV infection encompasses antiviral medications. The most common drug to treat this infection is ganciclovir. Although some viruses have mutations that make them resistant to ganciclovir, so if it is resistant, the care provider may prescribe foscarnet or cidofovir. One issue with these drugs is that they may be associated with serious side effects. So they are administered with extreme caution because it can include the reduced production of white blood cells, like neutrophils, male sterility, and impaired kidney function. Human CMV possesses unique characteristics that help it to avoid the host immune system. First, the virus is able to replicate quickly, which allows it to develop a variety of genetic mutations that may help it evade the immune system. In addition, it's a large genome, 230 kilobases, allows it to carry a relatively large number of genes that may provide assistance in overcoming host responses. About 1/3 of the open reading frames in the human CMV genome are used for the essential viral proteins. The rest of the open reading frames may code for proteins that prevent the virus from being recognized by the natural killer cells that attack it. For many adults, infection with CMV bears few consequences. However, for those individuals whose health is compromised, and for some neonates, the virus can have life-threatening consequences, such as inflammation and impairment of the organs, deafness, or cognitive impairments. Effective antiviral medications exist, but their potentially severe side effects necessitate it is necessary to provide extreme caution. Given that the virus seems to have multiple strategies for avoiding recognition by the immune system, further research is definitely needed to detect or prevent genetic mutations of the virus.